Hey, this is Ciderhelm and welcome back to Turning Point. In today's match, there were no team fights that directly determined the outcome of the match. Instead, the match came down to the performance of a single player on each team. At the start of this game, Blue Team's Tristana has been keeping a significant farm advantage over Purple Team's Misfortune. She's been picking favorable engagements and has consistently come out on top. Purple Team's Teemo has been holding mid lane, successfully holding his own as Olaf repeatedly comes in to gank. He has played an extraordinarily good game thus far, dodging Zed's harassment and keeping up the pressure. In both cases, this early advantage was gained thanks to smart supporting players such as Thresh for Blue Team and Taric for Purple Team. A teamfight breaks out at bottom, as a great Lux binding lets Misfortune easily channel her ultimate on Tristana and Thresh. I'm freeze-framing on this moment to point out a good play by Tristana. It looks like this laser should have damaged Tristana, but no damage is dealt. Because Lux was knocked back by Tristana during the laser cast, the actual laser path was altered, meaning the damage and path are running parallel to this from her new location. That said, there's a 3-level difference between Tristana and Lux, and Tristana may very well have survived a direct impact. Tristana and Olaf back off from this fight, both at low health. From here, Olaf goes back to base while Tristana stays to defend the tower. This is where Teemo comes in, flanking Tristana. He doesn't need to tower dive, as Tristana has literally nowhere she can go to be safe. She is absolutely going to die. Teemo pushes hard at mid lane, baiting out Singed and Olaf for a chase. As Teemo realized he would not escape Singed, he made a very smart positioning change. By moving down at the last second, Singed can no longer flip Teemo directly towards Olaf. Instead, the flip will place Teemo in a more favorable spot that he may still escape from. Teemo baits Singed into a mushroom, then pulls off a great flash. But Olaf attempts to finish this anyway, pursuing Teemo directly through 2 more mushrooms. As Taric arrives, Olaf's fate is sealed. Both Teemo and Tristana continue to pick up kills and help their team. It should be pointed out that the only other person who has been doing remotely well has been Vladimir on Purple Team. Despite being a bit behind on overall kills and gold, head-on engagements tend to go in Blue Team's favor due to Tristana's excellent damage output and a great combination of crowd controls protecting her. At any point, this game could break one way or the other. It's entirely dependent on Tristana or Teemo getting into a position where they can make one great play against the enemy team. As a team fight breaks out at mid lane, Singed is stopped by a mushroom and Tristana jumps squarely onto another mushroom. Teemo makes quick work of both her and Thresh. A little later, Teemo baits out Singed again, this time dodging his glue and doing an excellent job kiting him. Once Singed is dead, he flashes to safety. Just moments later, Tristana tries to follow him into the jungle. She may be doing well, but anyone still attempting to chase Teemo at this point in the game probably deserves to die. The game is finally decided as, yet again, Blue Team decides to chase Teemo. Olaf burns his ultimate early to get through a mushroom patch, but he somehow hasn't realized yet that he cannot catch up to Teemo without Teemo letting him. As Olaf is broken down, Singed comes up to try to finish Teemo. With some excellent brush juking, Teemo continues to lay down the pain on Singed, and his team is beginning to assemble. Though Teemo does die, yet another player on Blue Team shows up by themselves. Thresh is easily taken down. Blue Team could have won this game. Tristana was doing extraordinarily well, but made a critical mistake that led to her being dead during the last team fight. The crazy thing is, most of these chases were completely unnecessary, and a single Oracle's Elixir would have prevented some of the worst plays for Blue Team, when they took at least part of their damage from mushrooms that were not inside brush. As I've said in previous episodes, these are not new players, and this is not something that only happens at bronze level. Teemo was a genuinely good player, but he was also totally enabled by his opponents making bad calls. Thanks for watching this episode of Turning Point, and let me know in the comments below how you would have handled this match differently as Blue Team.